What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 here, bringing you another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. It's late night. I'm not going to call this the after show because this is actually an important topic. So we are going to talk about 1 year later, life during a pandemic. For a lot of you and for a lot of us in general, it has been hard. It has been a struggle. To say it's been easy would be a lie. However, I will say that it has been a blessing in many ways, but we'll go ahead and get into that. What's up, London girl, Sarah, Rasha? I see you say you made it. What's up, Dia, Tasha, SM? Who else was here? Sorry if I missed some of you. You know, I was having Dev, Vissa, and Vibes. What's up, y'all? All right, so I want to go ahead and play a commercial. I got you guys here, and then we'll go ahead and get into the topic. I just, need to promote my stuff, of course, Hey everybody, it's your boy AT2 here. My hands are a little ashy, but don't mind that. Anyway, y'all know we hear about the dating game. Y'all want to know what's going on, AT2, what's going on? Well, I need more people to participate in the game. But hold up, I got a bachelor here going to be a part of the show. Y'all all know who he is, So Much Dev. Make sure you guys go ahead and check him out.
Hi, I'm So Much Dev. I enjoy long walks on the beach, late night codas, and road trips. I'm looking for somebody who enjoys life, has a great sense of humor, a bubbly personality, and that just likes to try new things. I hope I can see you soon.
Let us know if you want to be a contestant on the show to win his love and affection. Alright y'all, don't forget, hit me up at at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. Again, that's at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. See you soon. You said come to London. I see you, Beth. See, Deb, they all over you. All right, y'all, so let's go ahead and get into it. So I wanted to kind of tell like a timeline, and I just want to make it clear before I start talking. I am specifically talking about California when it comes to when the shutdown happened and how everything happened for us. Well, for me, so I'm specifically talking about California because I know some of y'all gonna be all like, oh, well, in my state or in my country, it happened this way. I don't care. I'm talking about me. I'm gonna drop the link and we can talk about you, but right now we're gonna talk about me. So I just wanted to say that. Anyway, so I remember Monday I came in and I had to Monday, March 16th. I had to go into work, right? And they were like, "Hey, AT2, you're a part of the team to work from home. We've been hearing about this thing going on around, Coviana. They were hearing about Coviana. They're like, we've been hearing about this thing going on. We want to select few people to work from home. Are you okay with that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool, whatever." So then an email came out about like, if you end up getting sick from Coviana, you would end up going to you would get paid for 2 weeks off of work if you ended up getting Coviana. And for those of you who don't know what Coviana is, hopefully you get the joke and understand what I'm trying to say. I just don't want that little flag to show up in the bottom of my video. That's why I'm calling it Coviana. But so I remember going to this training, to understand like what I needed to do to get set up at home to work from home and stuff like that. And then I went on lunch, and I remember while I was on lunch, I got a text message saying, "Hey, don't come back. The Bay Area is shutting down." And I worked in the Bay Area, and they're like, "The Bay Area is shutting down. Don't come back to work." So I was all like, "Oh, all right. So we going home." And so then, but I couldn't go home because I had to basically and I know you're not supposed to talk about your employer, but I had to take the whole desktop home instead of like a little laptop, something like that usually you work on. No, the whole desktop computer, everything, I had to take that home. And so I'm all like, oh God, here we go. So I went ahead and it ended up taking everything home. And then, Monday was kind of just like a day we got to chill or whatnot and all that stuff, right? And then Tuesday was when I was supposed to start working from home. Well, I was having internet issues because what it was that if you were a former person that had Xfinity, you can get on the Xfinity Wi-Fi. And where my apartment was, I was still able to hook up to the Xfinity Wi-Fi. Well, because I had a desktop, I wasn't able to do that through a desktop. So I wasn't able to work from home. But, I was under the impression, and I'm explaining this part because a lot of people are like, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Mind your business. But I'm going to go ahead and explain it. So, it wasn't working for me. And then my supervisor was all like, hey, don't worry about it. Do you want to give your computer to someone else? And then that way they can work from home. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Because when the California stay at home order happened, we were told that it was going to just be 2 weeks, and then we'll go back to work and everything like that. Obviously, that didn't happen. So I was all like, okay, cool, whatever. I'll give it to somebody else. And we were still getting paid while we weren't working. So I was like, okay, well, cool. A little check while I ain't working, and everything like that. Shoot. 2 weeks off. Like, hey, it's chill, whatever. And my mom ended up being sent home. She didn't lose her job. She just got sent home. And so after that, she was home. I didn't have any food or anything in my refrigerator, so I was all like, well, shoot, I'm gonna kick it with my mom. So I will say one thing, one of the blessings from the pandemic, because I know it's kind of weird saying that. I really got close to my mom, and we were able to just hang out and chill like that. So I think that was one of the blessings that I wanted to convey to everybody. That's what the blessing was. I was able to spend time with my mom and really catch up. I don't want to go too much in detail, but there was a time period where I didn't really talk to my mom. And so now it was like, okay, this is our chance to really reconnect and, really get to know each other, as I am an adult. So anyway, so I would do there, go home, back and forth between my mom place and stuff like that. I wasn't really hanging out with people. I did, let's be honest, we all push the limits. We all would hang out with people when we not supposed to. If y'all say, oh no, I followed the rules and I just stayed by myself, you lying. But everything was closed down. So you couldn't really go out or anything like that. You couldn't go to parties and do clubbing and all. So it wasn't really like hanging out. You literally would go to somebody's house and then you have to be safe, of course. I realized that I shouldn't be going to anybody's house because I have my two best friends. They're a couple, and they were, I had got a package delivered at their house, right? So I went over to their house, and I remember my friend, she was all like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm good, and so I walked up to the door to get my package, and instead of like opening up the door all the way to let me in, she literally handed my package to me through the door. It was like, oh, here you go. And then, the kids say hi to me because, I'm like their uncle. So, they say hi to me and stuff like that. And she was like, hey, let's go for a walk. And so you have to get through this gate to get in her apartment, right? So I was kind of offended, but I understood the severity of it. You know what I mean? So she ended up like walking me out. She was like, oh, well, when we got through the gate where to get into her apartment area, her complex or whatever, right? She was like, oh, thank you for stopping by, gave me a hug, and then like shooed me off, So I was like, oh, okay, I get the point. Like I need to start taking this seriously, So I respect that. That's no shots or anything taken at her. I appreciate her doing that because her family is number one, and she takes care of her father too as well. So I would never want to be the cause of him getting sick or anything like that. So I'm not mad about that. But I thought that was funny. But it kind of made me think like, oh, we should take this serious. And the reason why I brought that up is because remember They told us not to wear masks, just wash our hands, use sanitizer, which none of the stores have sanitizer. Also, everybody's buying up all the food, all the toilet paper. Before the pandemic started, my mom already had toilet paper. She had food. So that's why I was with her, because I'm all like, well, I'm going to stay with her because she got all the food and everything like that and toilet paper. So that's why I was mostly with my mom and stuff like that. And she got cable. I ain't got no cable. The list goes on and on and on. Anyway, she we were good as far as that. Still everything was shut down. It kept getting extended. I know as far as the president at the time had opened everything up in April, but we didn't really open up until June. And going back to when I was saying I was really pushing the limits and stuff like that, I was still going to my singing coach. I was going to his place to still do my singing lessons and everything like that. We would, keep the door open, and then we were like 6 feet apart and stuff like that. Still, was it the safest and stuff like that? No, but I did what I did. So yeah, Ali. So, after going back to what I was saying, we were in California. We were really shut down until June. And even then, we're still not fully open. But I'll get to that. So in June, were able to go to the gym. We could have dining up to like 25% inside. The casinos, I love casinos. I haven't been to the casino in a long time, actually, you guys. The casinos were open, so I was able to hang out with people. There were clubs in where I live open. I did not go to the clubs. I honestly don't have any desire to go to a hot ass club where people sweating. Then you got to wear a mask on. In California, we don't do it like Atlanta. Let me say that one more time. In California, we don't do it like Atlanta. So the clubs ain't really like that out here that are open. But yeah, I have no desire to go to a club or anything like that right now, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So I remember going to the casino. I would wear my mask and everything like that. Casinos were really the only thing that kind of pushed the limits where we could, because in the casino they even when the because going back to a fast forward to August, we went with a moderate shut. They try to call it something sexy, and it wasn't sexy at all. But we basically went to another shutdown in August, late July, early August. We went to another shutdown in California. So, but the casinos remained open during that time, and the casinos are still open. So the casinos were really the only way in California, and I can speak for California. Casinos were the only way that we could get around the whole COVID restrictions and stuff like that. And but you still have to wear your mask inside. I don't want people to think like you can be maskless inside and stuff like that. I wanted to read Smooth Art comment. She said, "I'm a healthcare frontliner in a level 1 ER, so I have to practice social distancing and mask up when I'm not at work." Oh wow. Hey, and we appreciate your service as well too. It's weird because some people be all like, "Why do you say service?" Well, they were fighting an enemy. And remember, they didn't have PPP and they didn't have all the equipment and everything they needed to stay safe. They had a reuse mask, which is not sanitary at all. So, definitely shout out to you guys, all the nurses, all the doctors, all the healthcare professionals. We appreciate all you guys. Mm-hmm. Right. Yes, they are heroes. Exactly. Yeah, so in June, we were slightly open and everything like that. Casinos were open. That's how we kind of got around the whole COVID restrictions. We still had to wear masks and stuff like that. Um, there was an opportunity for me to be a foster parent. I'll share this story when I get ready to share my life story. I have the docu series, doing the best that I can. I'll share that a little bit more, but I did have an opportunity to be a foster parent. It really, really, really still affects me to this day. Luckily, let me give you guys a spoiler alert. Luckily, the kids are now okay. The kids are now okay. But I did have an opportunity to be a foster parent. I backed out. And the reason why I backed out, mainly the reason why, is because I don't think I knew what I was getting into. There's a lot more, and like I said, I'll explain it when I tell my story, but there was a lot more to it than what I thought. And I know some of you are like, well, yeah, of course, being a parent is tough. Like, what you think it was going to be. There's a lot of stuff I can't explain right now, but I will when the time comes. But that decision for me to drop out of being a foster parent, that still affects me today, even though the kids are all right. Um, Let's take a quick commercial because that was kind of heavy right there. I'm not gonna cry or anything. Don't worry, you guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. Commercial break.
Hey everybody, it's your boy AT2 here. My hands are a little ashy, but don't mind that. Anyway, y'all know we hear about the dating game. Y'all want to know what's going on, AT2, what's going on? Well, I need more people to participate in the game. But hold up, I got a bachelor here going to be a part of the show. Y'all all know who he is, So Much Dev. Make sure you guys go ahead and check him out.
Hi, I'm So Much Dev. I enjoy long walks on the beach, late night codas, and road trips. I'm looking for somebody who enjoys life, has a great sense of humor, a bubbly personality, and that just likes to try new things. I hope I can see you soon.
Let us know if you want to be a contestant on the show to win his love and affection. Alright, y'all, don't forget, hit me up at at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. Again, that's at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. See you soon.
All right, y'all. So I want to backtrack in what happened with work, and then I'm going to get into something heavy again. So basically, with work, after the 2 weeks, we knew that we weren't going back to work. They actually told me to go ahead and apply for unemployment. So I went ahead and applied for unemployment. I'm 32, Don Diva. I'm 32. Am I 32? Yeah, I'm 32. Yo, you ever forget your age? That's how you know you get old, when you forget your age. Oh, thank you for dropping by, Dana. Um, Anyway, so after the 2 weeks, they're all like, "Hey, we're obviously not going to be back open. I don't know if you want to go ahead and get you some internet, or you want to, find something else. But you definitely, do unemployment if you're not going to be working, and stuff like that. And we should be back open sometime in June. So I was thinking like, oh, okay, we'll be back in June. That's fine. Whatever." So I was all like, okay, I'll just, be laid off. They didn't have enough equipment and stuff. I'll just be like, okay, go ahead and do your thing. Well, fast forward, it kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back because, like I said, in California, we never officially opened. So anyway, so I went ahead, did that. I discovered TikTok during the shutdown. TikTok, and I'll say this: I was jealous of a few friends that I knew that had went viral on TikTok, and I was like, dang, like when am I gonna finally like pick up on TikTok and people are gonna watch my videos? I was gonna plug in some videos, but the thing about TikTok is that it plays music and I'll get copyright striked on it. So I didn't want to go ahead. I didn't want to show you guys some of my TikToks and stuff like that. But it's AT2 _ for real if you want to go watch my TikTok. I really don't like TikTok. But anyway, fast forward to that. But I was really trying to, go viral on TikTok and stuff like that. It gave people something to do. It was like that outlet when it really became a big thing using social media and TikTok. And, you know, I remember in April and May, June, well, dang, even till now, doing Zoom parties is a thing, you know? Every Friday night, I remember being in a Zoom group and like we would talk, drink, hang out because there was nothing open. There was nothing you could do. You couldn't really go party and stuff like that. So it was all like, hey, we gonna do Zoom party. Also during that time, in May, that's when I went heavy with doing YouTube. And I was like, you know what? I always wanted to start back my channel and stuff like that. Let me go ahead and get into YouTube and see what I can do. So I was using YouTube, but it wasn't as heavy as it is now. And we'll get into when I started picking up steam and stuff like that. Okay, so going back into June, was late May was the death of George Floyd. And it was really like the first time, because I don't want to say like, oh, this is the first time we've seen, a death or anything like that. No, this was the first time the country actually had to stop and look at themselves and be like, hey, this ain't right and we need to fix this. And it was really heavy. And I remember falling out with a lot of people, deleted a lot of people, blocked a lot of people, because I felt like, how dare you post like disrespectful things about a man who died and you don't even reach out to your friend and be like, are you okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and just say this. There was a lot of friends who there was a lot of people who I thought were my friends who would reach out to me and be like, hey, I seen what happened. I can't imagine this. Can you teach me more? I want to learn what I can do to help. There was very little, and by I mean very little, maybe like 3 people, but other than that, it was like nobody really cared. And it really, really hurt me because I was like, dang, these people aren't really my friends. Like, they see this, the way this man was treated. This is something that we have, for people who are black, this is something that we have seen and we either experience or know somebody who experienced this. So it was really, really hard. And I know I keep using really, but just to understand the different emotions and everything like that, and just feeling helpless, like, what can we do? Really feeling helpless. But I did also feel hopeful. I want to put a positive spin on this. I did feel hopeful because it was finally time for people to wake up and see, like, hey, the things that we have been doing and the things that have been going on, it's not okay. And now I don't feel fearful to say something when it's not right. Again, I don't feel fearful to say something when it's not right. So it really did open up dialogue and conversations. And, it's a part of the reason why it inspired me for the town halls as well, too. So I did want to mention that as well. But it was definitely a mental game. And it brought me closer to some people because there were friends that reached out and really wanted to learn. And they really were all like, AT2, are you okay? How is your mental? And we just really had to have those conversations. And it did turn out well for the most part. Anybody that I don't talk to from that time period, it wasn't meant for them to keep being in my life. Simple as that. Death every day, but never watch someone killed before my eyes. Right, Smooth. I'm gonna put your comment up there for a minute. Right, dear Dana, it was more than tragic. I'm trying to find the words to say where YouTube don't shut down my video because they don't like when you say certain words. I hate that. Anyway, but this whole subject is a work in progress. That's why we still talk about it. That's why I'm going to do more town halls and move on from that. in July was my first stroke or first encounter with Coviana. Coviana, there was a friend that had contracted it. They had let me know that they did. I was all like, oh shoot, you trying to kill me? Like I was like worried. I played it cool on the phone, but I was really worried. Luckily, I can't say that I never had it, but luckily I didn't have any symptoms. I was still able to smell everything like that. When I was with a friend, the only time that we took off our mask was either we were at dinner or we were in the car. But luckily, I can say for me, I did not get it. I did not contract it, or I believe that I did not contract it, and I was okay. And my friend is okay now too. By the way, I did want to clarify that because I was like, "What happened to your friend?" My friend is okay as well too. So everything's good. But that was kind of like my first like wake up call. Like, oh shoot, this is real. Um, but luckily everything is okay. I was very, very, very worried because I was all like, yo, what if I get this and then I get somebody sick? I did stay away from my mom for 14 days and stuff like that because some of you were all like, well, weren't you with your mom? No, I was okay. Don't worry. Let me pull up some of your comments. I almost lost my Navy friends and one friend of 22 years because of racist reactions. Wow. I'm so sorry, Natasha. And I just wanted to. Right, right, London girl. Hey Terry, thank you for joining the show. And Maria, I seen you in the chat too. Thank you, Maria, for joining the show as well too. Right, that's right, SQ. It's not 100%. Well, since you brought it up, what is my opinion on wearing masks and stuff like that? Wearing mask, I do think, not think. I do know that that could have been a reason why I was okay. Besides having a good immune system, the mask, and then washing my hands, being very careful. Don't be tonguing nobody down during a pandemic. That's probably not the best thing. Don't be tonguing nobody down. Don't do oral. That's it. She wear 3 masks. Oh, you extra safe. Extra safe. Okay. But yeah, that's my advice. I'm a freak. Anyway. So still then. Oh, thank you, dear Dana. Have a good night. Even then, it was still what date? Oh, I'm in July. In July. Even then, we were in a slight shutdown slash thing, and we were still in limbo trying to figure out what's going on. Finally, in September, everything opened back up. Thank God. Well, not everything opened back up. We were like limited again. Still didn't know what was going on with work. Still was out of work. And then at that time, there was the thing where like the government, which I blame both parties, not just one party. The government was doing that whole thing with the whole bill, and mind you, us unemployed people was all like, "Hey, what's gonna happen with our unemployment if you don't extend this?" And it was just that crazy limbo period and everything like that. Good morning, Nelly. Thank you for joining the show. It was just that weird limbo period, and we're all like, what's going on? And so it made you really pay attention to politics because you're all like, okay, when is the next bill going to be passed? When is the next bill? When is the next bill? And you know what, it actually didn't get passed until, yeah, it didn't actually get passed until December, when the whole, wow, Wow, I didn't even write that down as a note. I'm actually done with my notes because I remember everything from now. So anyway, oh, before I continue, I want to go ahead and give everybody Shot Paranormal was a like horrible. Wanted to give everybody a shout out who has sent a cash app and everything like that. Remember, you don't have to, but I always appreciate the people that do. Wanted to give a shout out to Ween, Shelly, Mina, Sherry, Jessica, Tasha, Kate, Wendy, Kelly, Soso, Lisa, Vista and Vibes, Kaylin, Rafaela, Rasha, Relia. Again, Relia, Rasha, Rafaela, Kaylin, Vista, Lisa, Soso, Kelly, Kate, Wendy, Tasha, Jessica, Sherry, Mina, Shelly, Ween. Thank you to everybody who has donated $1 or you donated $10,000 to the show. Thank you. It keeps my phone bill paid. It keeps, me being able to have soap, water, food, everything, so I appreciate you guys. And you know what it also helps with? Like the graphics, because like the stuff that I use for like the thumbnail and then the stuff that I use for the apps that I use for the video, it keeps that as well too, because I do pay for that. So I do put and you guys help pay for StreamYard too, because I know some of y'all be all like, where the hell do my money be going to? Y'all be all like, where my money be going to? So yeah, in StreamYard, which I need to upgrade it to the $50 because I want to get somebody who knows how to use StreamYard and really put some dope graphics on here and everything, because I want to make it into a show. I really do want to do that. Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about YouTube. So YouTube, I was really trying to find my way, really trying to figure out what, not sector I wanted to get in, but trying to pick different topics, trying to see what sticks, what doesn't. And that's why I still today do a whole bunch of topics and everything like that. Oh, what's up, Perlita? Thank you for joining the show. Yes, I like Xylie's show too. Right, London Girl. I like her show too. So I was really trying to pick up on what to do, what would really stick. I just tried different things. In November, we went back into another shutdown. November 21st was the third shutdown, even though they didn't call the other one a shutdown. The third shutdown, we went to another one in November. There was a few videos beforehand, like there was a couple of Tasha K videos that I did about the whole Jaguar, because remember, and originally for those of you who've been following me for a long time, Tate, I might do a Grammy review. Thank you. Hold me to that. I might do one tomorrow, and I have a unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna talk to you about that a little bit later. There was I originally I was really a fan of Jaguar Wright. I discovered her music and stuff like that after the whole Tasha K interview, and I was really upset when Tasha K did the whole interview where she was basically it didn't seem like she was sympathizing at all with Jaguar, and she was really going in hard, and it was like, yo, that's not how you do an interview. Like, what's wrong with you? Now, fast forward to what we know now. We understand the scenario and everything like that, but not victim shaming or anything like that. But remember, I said I can't say her name, because as soon as I say her name, I start having convulsions. Jack, the demon, got in my spirit when I said her name. So we gonna move on from that. So November, we were in another shutdown. And then in December, I had seen a situation. Let me explain the whole Sherelle situation, because I got a comment the other day, and even though like we're cool and everything was resolved, somebody was all like, "Oh, I hope you stay off of Sherelle. She's a nice lady. You keep attacking her and blah blah blah." And I'm all like, "That's one thing about YouTube. Your old videos will still circulate all the time." Oh, Dev, that's how you found me? What's up, beautiful regret? But that's how the video still circulates, so I still have to answer for some of my old stuff. And I'm like, here we go. But anyway, so I remember there was a situation where Sherelle had said somebody had stole a story from her and had sold it or whatever. Come to find out, I was going to do a video about have you ever had someone steal your content. I've had many people steal my content and their videos blow up, and I'm all like, man, I can't get that same love. I was very, very upset because I'm all like, I'm working hard, but you stealing my content. So I related to her originally. And then come to find out it wasn't true and that he didn't steal the story. So then I did my video talking about the situation. It wasn't a bash video. I did a review of the whole situation. I gave like my own personal opinion. Um, the video blew up. I was monetized over the weekend. I ended up doing a follow up video on it. Then I did because that's the time that Rich Andrew reached out to me, and I was like, whoa, like these people watch my channel. I was very, very surprised. And that's when V had contacted me and had gave me her side of the story. So I did a couple of follow ups on that. I became quickly monetized and everything like that. And I was like, whoa, like everything really happened fast. And I don't want to give you my whole YouTube story and stuff like that because I got to save it for the documentary. But everything really happened so fast, and that's how I met a lot of you guys. So I really appreciate everyone. So at that time, still don't know what's going on with work. I'm still kind of like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So, and let me just clarify, during this whole time, I have been putting in applications and stuff like that, trying to see what's out there because you got to play the field. So I don't want people to think like I'm not doing anything. But I don't feel like I need to clarify that or need to put that out there. It is what it is, and you should mind your own business. And if people want to use it against me, just realize that there's so many other people who have lost their jobs. There's so many other people out there who have lost their homes. There's so many other people out there who can't feed their families. There's so many people out there who have lost family members, friends, and they're going through a hard time. So just remember that when you're trying to make fun of me. You can make fun of me all you want to. Just remember that the people watching you are also people like me. Again, the people watching you are people like me. So just be careful with what you say. And that's a warning for everybody, not just a one particular person. That's a warning for everybody. All right, enough of my high horse and everything like that. But either way, I'm good. I just want to let people know that I am good. All right, moving on. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Right, Smooth. You also have to show contacts for unemployment as well. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of unemployment, let me go back to that. So I don't know how it works for everybody else, but if you got unemployment in the beginning, like I did when everything first went down, I have had a smoother transition. I do. If you're having a hard time, anybody watching this who is on unemployment or anything like that, if you're having a hard time, please contact me at at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. Again, at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. Contact me there. And there's a couple of references on Facebook that I can give you to help you out if you are having a rough time with that. I definitely wanted to mention that before the end of the video. Definitely. But yeah, I noticed that you do have an easier time if you did it in the beginning. Like right now, you have to wait for all the extensions. You have to wait for things to get approved from the state, the government, all that stuff. So it gets really crazy and stuff like that. What I have learned during the pandemic is that, because I want to get into that, what I have learned during the pandemic is that you have to really protect your mental, because there's a lot that goes on, whether you're gaining weight you're stressed because you're working from home. You might have pressure because when you work from home, they looking at your system, making sure you ain't doing nothing shady. It's more eyes on you from working at home than it is working inside the office. So I understand that can be stressful. Also, some of you, which I'm lucky, some of you have kids out there, and you gotta be the teacher and everything, the teacher and the parent, and your kids could be having a rough time. I definitely understand that can be hard, and I applaud all the parents out there, because I want to give them a shout out. All the parents out there who have been really trying just to live a normal life, and this ain't normal right now, but this is our new normal. Ooh, that's a good one. I went ahead and dropped the link. If you guys want to come on and say anything, definitely you can. What I have learned, we do not need so much stuff. Yes. Connection with people are important. We need hugs and real life connection. Yes, that's very important. Ooh, I love this. I love it. Highlights all the social inequities on a global scale. Yes. Thank you, Tate. And Tate, hit me up on AT2 entertainment booking at gmail.com. Again, AT2 entertainment booking at gmail.com if you want to be a mod. Like I said, I'm still working it out. We should go back to slow living, looking out for each other, community. Yes, I do believe that. Yes, that is a good one. That is very important. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play a commercial for you guys because I know why y'all all here. I have to play this every time because people come here just for the song. I promise you.
There's a hater in my house. Took a while to figure out. There's no way you could have all that jealousy. A demon is in your heart. 'Cause you shouldn't hate me like that. And you shouldn't treat me like you do. You should adore me, so I'm gonna ignore you. So I'm convinced there's a hater in my pop quiz. Tell me why you hate in. Tell me why you're mad at me. Is it 'cause I'm poppin'? Why me? Or could it be that you're filled with jealousy? Why you have so much envy? Is it I want more for me? And you remain the same. There's a hater in my house. So I'm convinced there's a hater in my house.
All right, before I let my first guest on, I did want to tell you guys, in California, we are back to the tier section. So there's a purple, red, orange, and yellow. Yellow means everything good. Orange is like moderate. Red is like uh-oh. And then purple is the worst. So right now, most of the counties are in the orange. But for those of you who don't live in California, be happy. Disneyland is opening up on the first. Disneyland, Universal, all that stuff. If you live in Northern California, Six Flags and all that stuff is opening up in May. So the governor did put the stuff up, not stuff up, but allowing amusement parks to still open during the pandemic. As far as the vaccine, I have not took it. Joe Biden did say he wanted everybody by May. Everybody during like May 1st can get the vaccine if they want. He wants to open it up for everybody. As you know, right now it's for the younger healthcare professionals and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and let on London Girl. What's up, London Girl?
Hey, morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Oh, perfect. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, it's good. It's Monday. I've actually got the day off. I got up especially.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I like the topic. I like that you have kind of 3 or 4 drama-y type investigations about the YouTube streets, and then one kind of, current affair topic like this.
Right, because I gotta hook the people in and trick them, and then I'll be all like, okay, we're gonna talk about the real stuff. Because a lot of people are like, why
So
are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And the last couple of times, I was just so silent about stuff, and I was like, you know what? I don't care if people get mad. I'm gonna tell what really happened, But
no, it's good. It's good. So with this pandemic, being in lockdown, because we're in England, we kind of went into lockdown this week, and actually, no, because I work for a global company and we've got offices all over the world. We were tracking it. We were tracking it from APAC, from Asia, Australia. So we were tracking it from January of last year, and slowly closing the offices as it was spreading across the world. What happened with us in Europe was there were people who had gone to Singapore, I think it was, and they were kind of rich people because they ended up going skiing. And you could see how it was tracking, like which people were the super spreaders. Do you know what I mean? And so we closed down a lot of our offices early, especially in Italy, because in Europe, Italy had it the worst at that time.
Yes, Italy. Oh man.
And what's interesting to me is we were all watching it and being horrified at the number of deaths. And then by the time it got to London or England, it was just like we became desensitized by the number because we weren't looking after our people. And what was annoying to me was like every single country had a warning about this. Every single country could have looked at another country for best practice. Exactly. And don't forget, the countries that won over this all had female leaders, just saying.
That could be saying something because I know about New Zealand. They went 100 days with nobody contracting it.
Yeah, so it's New Zealand, it's Taiwan, and it's another country where they've got women leaders. And there's something about their connection to human beings as a kind of mantra, as one death is too much kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So I think that what I've loved in London is we've got this app called Nextdoor. I don't know if you have it out there, but it hooks you up to your local, like on your by your postcode. It hooks you up to all your neighbors who have joined. And what I was really happy to see was the amount of people offering support, the amount of people offering to go and get shopping for people. There was like a real community of helpers and people that were just like, listen, I'm not working at the moment, I'm furloughed or whatever, let me help you out. And it was really, really great. I personally was very worried about America when you had the previous administration, just because there was such denial going on. Really, really big denial. We weren't that better with our Poundland Trump that we've got over here. And what's disheartening to see is the amount of corruption that's the pandemic is big business, right? So people are making money off PPE, they're making money off contracts of food. There's a lot of money being made in this pandemic, and again, it speaks to the inequities between, the haves and have-nots. And so I actually got my vaccine about 3 weeks ago. And
and how do you feel?
So it was fun. Actually, for a couple of weeks there, I felt a lot better. I felt like, oh, okay, well, this is doing something. It's got rid of my cough. It's got rid of this thing. And
okay.
And so I've got my second vaccination in about 8 weeks, because we're doing it slow here because they haven't got enough. So we're doing 12 weeks instead of 4 weeks between. And what I must say, it's given me a sense of freedom. Like a year on, I don't feel as afraid or anxious as I once did. So I've been pretty hermity in the pandemic. I've been, me and my cat at home, got into YouTube, I haven't been one of those people that started baking banana bread or going running or, all this stuff that some people have done. But it's given me a great chance to reflect on what is important. Do you know what I mean? And the things that we thought were important before the pandemic, I don't think are as important. And then the biggest thing I think it's given is this global connection. So without the pandemic, I wouldn't have met these different creators. I wouldn't have met these different people that I, say hi to in the chat. And that is a really nice way of making connections.
I love that. It really has, because like I just think about like, wow, I probably would never have met any of these people if it wasn't for this thing. I would probably still be working and be all like, oh, I'm gonna put a video out. And I would have never had discovered, doing live videos, because that's kind of where I picked up. I was like, you know what? I don't want to do all this editing, because why you want to edit a video and it only get like 20 views? You know what I mean? I don't want to edit all this. So I started doing live videos, and I wouldn't have did that if I was working, because I wouldn't have had the time,
Right. And I think up to the pandemic, we were all kind of a bit selfish. I mean, I'm not one to go on Instagram and post loads of selfies or stuff like that. But I think oh, hello. Oh my word. Oh, is this a preview for the dating show? Great.
Oh, okay. This might be a preview.
So, how's it going, Dev? I'm no longer talking to 82. How are you?
Dev, your mic.
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Oh my gosh, the voice too.
Hold on, let me take me off the screen.
So I'm going to do a preview. So Dev, why have you signed up to be the Bachelor?
I thought it'd be fun.
Fun. Okay. And how long have you been single?
I have been single since the pandemic started, actually.
Oh, okay. And so pre that you had a lovely lady, did you, that you could kick it with, or?
Yeah, we kicked it. No, that was my girlfriend.
and then what happened? Sorry to ask. I need to know what the previous was it amicable, the breakup, or?
Oh no, I got dumped.
Oh no! How did she dump you? Okay, so tell me about the kind of lovely lady you're looking for.
I didn't even know this was what we were doing.
Well, we're doing it now,
no,
Jeff.
I had no idea. I'm gonna let her ask that last question, and then we're gonna move on, go back to what we were talking about.
Sorry,
okay,
but
what was your question?
So the question was, what are you looking for in your next lovely lady? What is she like?
She's like you. She's smart. I'm pretty sure you're pretty. I haven't seen you.
Ooh, that was
You sound very beautiful.
No need to ask. He's a smooth operator.
A little Sade.
Somebody like to have a good time. That's what I like.
Some need to have a good time. Okay, but I don't want to diss any of my sisters, but you kind of need to be a bit more specific, because you could get someone who's a little bit, I encourage you to be specific in your thoughts. I know that this isn't a dating show now, but I encourage you to really think it out a little bit more in terms of her personality.
You're
before
right.
the dating show, yeah?
Yeah, because you called me off guard. I wasn't even ready. I was like, whoa.
Well, let me ask this question. Would you be willing to go to London?
I'm definitely down to go to London. I like to travel.
He'll go to London, and you guys can have takeaway.
We can have tea and takeaway. So I just want to say, I think you're a really good looking guy. I wish you all the luck. Whoever ends up with you is going to be very lucky. But I also encourage you to in order to manifest what we want, I would encourage you to be a bit more specific.
You're right.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna do interviews with the contestants so people can know who they are before we actually start the dating game show. So that's gonna come up, so you guys really get to know them and stuff like that. Because I kind of feel it's kind of like, okay, we put that commercial out there and then that's kind of it. But no, there's gonna be interviews and follow up. I'm actually working with Mel, the lipstick diva, on that. So we got a few things coming up. So spoiler alert. But Dev, I
Perfect.
want to ask you, how have you been during the pandemic and everything like that, as far as like your mental health, work, and how everything been going where you live?
Well, we never. I'm in Georgia, so we never really shut down. Like we shut down for
Right.
2 weeks, but they opened everything back up. But originally,
Right. I see the
I had to
clubs.
start working too. Yeah, I had to stop working too for a while because my mom's high risk. So,
Oh.
and I'm a massage therapist and a bartender, so I was always around people. So I had
Wait,
to.
it's a massage therapist. Oh my god. Okay.
Yo, I've been seeing, on his Instagram, I was seeing those videos where he was rubbing them ladies down and everything like that. I ain't gonna say I watched it multiple times, but it was more than once.
No, man, but I was working in a spa, so and they shut those down completely, and they shut down the bar. So for a while, I didn't even know what I was going to do until they opened everything back up. But yeah, it's been all right. At one point I did think I had COVID because I was having pain in my side and everything, but it turned out I was just drinking too much because I was just sitting at home just drinking. Yeah.
Oh.
That's a good question for everybody. Have you guys been drinking a lot? Let's do a game. All right, put your ones since the pandemic if you guys have been drinking a lot. For me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and answer first. I haven't been drinking a lot really because like I don't really drink alone. Like I drink more socially and stuff like that. What about you, London girl? Do you drink?
No, well, once a week we were having Zoom drinks with people from work. So that's when I really drank. Like sometimes it was 4 o'clock in the morning and I was just like, oh my God, what have I done? But I'm not a daily drinker. So it was, I like you, I'm a bit more elegant. I like to drink with food or with people. So on my own, it just wasn't it. But I tell you what, all my neighbours on recycling day, all you can hear is clinkety, clinkety, clink of the bottles. And so, people are drinking so much more.
Oh wow, that is crazy. What are some of the Coco said wine on the weekends, Maria said no. What are some of the things that you miss? And I'll start out with Dev. What are some of the things that you miss that haven't been open? Because are you guys like 100% open or no?
I mean, you might as well say it, but everything closed at a certain time now instead of just regular operating hours. But
Oh, so no 24-hour places
yeah,
and stuff like that?
yeah, no stuff like that. But I sit in the house because like I said, my mom is high risk and I was around her for a while. But
Right.
yeah, so I haven't been nowhere except work. I have been going to work at the
So,
bar.
so Dev, are you lined up to get the vaccine soon? Or is your mum lined up to get the vaccine soon?
She is.
Okay,
I
good,
think.
good.
I forgot what date she told me, but actually tomorrow, to be
Oh,
exact.
fantastic.
The
Fantastic.
16th. Yeah, the
That's
16th.
great news.
Yeah. So she's in line to go get it. She's getting that done already.
And London girl, is there anything that you miss about being open? Like anything that you haven't been able to do?
Yeah, so I used to have Sunday brunch with friends. I used to, I'm not a gym bunny, but I miss it all of a sudden now that I can't go.
Right.
And
Right.
and I don't get public transport anymore. So that's a bit expensive. I don't like
Oh,
because already
like
the
the
buses,
buses and stuff, you mean?
sorry.
Like the buses? Is that what you mean by
Yeah,
public?
yeah.
Okay.
The buses and tubes, because they were already really dirty. So when I go on them now, I just feel really mingy and disgusting.
Oh, okay. And we
But
call it
main,
public transportation here. That's why I had to ask
oh,
you to clarify.
okay. But the thing that I really miss is hugs.
Oh, oh.
I mean,
That's a
I
good
used to
one.
go up to people even in the office and just put my arms open and go, look, come into my arms of love. I was the chief hugger.
You know, I'm a hugger too.
I
What about
want
you,
to.
Derek? Are you a hugger?
I am. I'm a teddy bear man. I love hugs.
Oh, and
Oh,
how old are you? Just wanted to know, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 29.
oh, okay.
29,
I
under
turned
30.
30 this year. Turning 30 this year, October.
All right, you're the same age as my brother. I'm leaving this conversation.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna leave you for some of the other ladies.
A little bit younger than you expected.
Oh, I'm sorry. I still want a hug though.
Do you still have a hug though?
Of course, I give hugs to anyone who's nice.
I'm nice.
I like
Yeah,
that.
you listen. I know you're nice. You're just young for me. So.
Well, let me ask you guys this. And London Girl, thank you for telling us about how you were vaccinated. I knew that, but I didn't want to put your business out there like that. But I have a question for you guys out there. Are you guys taking a vaccine? Press 1 for yes, press 2 for no, and we're not judging you. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Dev, before I have you answer, somebody had mentioned regarding churches. My uncle recently tried to get me to go to church, but I didn't even I made up a whole lie why I couldn't go, right? But and I do believe in God if anybody wanted to know. But I made up a whole lie of why I couldn't go, right? So I just remembered churches have never been open in California. So I'm wondering, does he go to some kind of underground church or something? Like, how is he going to church? I just caught that because Coco mentioned, like, she mentioned she misses church and stuff like that. So I'm all like, wait, hold on, churches are closed. Like, how is this fool going to church? But anyway, do you like cougars?
I love cougars. I love the older women.
I'm back in.
You're back in the running.
I love an older woman. There's no problem with that.
Okay, you guys. So I got some mixed answers. Okay, a 1. Okay, I think we got more 1s than anything. Okay, but Dev, since you haven't had it yet, are you planning on taking the vaccine?
I'm gonna see how my mom does with it first. Well, she gonna be the guinea pig right now.
Guinea pig, right?
I just want to see.
I am not against taking it. I just want to know that if we take it, does that mean that life goes back to normal? I know it's not going to be normal, but is there a better chance of me not getting COVID? Because I haven't had it, so I don't know if because I know, like, just like with the flu, you're infecting yourself with it. So with the antibodies and stuff like that. So I just don't know how I would react to it since I've never had it. You know what I mean? That's my only worry.
So my impression from what I've read is that because of the variants, so like we went from maybe in November, we didn't know anyone that had COVID. I maybe knew of 2 people. In January, everybody knew someone who had COVID. And the reason why it spread so fast in between December and January was we opened up really quickly when we shouldn't have opened up. And B, there was this really strong variant that was like a super spreader. It was really infecting people. And most of my friends who are under 30 got it. And they're still suffering from the symptoms.
You guys have that different strand, that stronger strand of it, right?
Yeah, there are 2 mutant varieties going around at the moment. So my understanding is that we will, in order to live normally, the COVID vaccination is going to be like it's like the flu jab, so that every year we will have to take it basically, in order to keep protected. So all it means that with me having the vaccine is that I'm less likely to die. That's all it is. So that the symptoms, so if I do get it, it won't hit so hard, and I'm less likely to be hospitalized. That's the point of the vaccine. It's not going to protect you, full stop.
Right, right. Yeah, and I know there's people that have taken it. So far, the people that I know that have taken it, and I'll let them tell you if they want. But the people that I know that have taken it, they are okay. I do know that for a fact. Now, I don't know, and there are people who, like you, London girl, who remain safe. They wear the mask and stuff that's like that. They ain't in Atlanta going to strip clubs and stuff like that, partying. So I don't know if they tested it yet. I don't know how much have they tested it, but I want somebody to go out there who's like a partier and like be touching everything, licking on all the surfaces. I want them to really test it out. I know that's
Yeah, and it is, in terms of science and the amount of diseases we've had up to this point that haven't found a cure, it is a bit suspicious to me that suddenly, oh right, okay, it's working. We've got this thing so quickly. So if I was in a part of the world that didn't have it, the vaccine, I'd probably be a little for me, I wanted to wait at least a year before I got it, because I wanted more research, more studies, like you say, people going out and nicking public transportation, all that stuff. Because it's in one side, science is amazing, but on the other side, how come you've got this so quickly and we still have cancer and we still have all these other diseases? Do you know what I mean? For me, it's a little
all
bit
about
like
money.
I would have preferred to wait for one particular vaccine that we don't have in the UK, which is the Moderna vaccine.
Right, right. Nelly said she had a rough couple of days, but felt fine afterwards. I got that too. Like maybe like the first 2 days, maybe had like a light headache or something like that. Southside party, yeah. I actually and I didn't mention it, but I went to Vegas during 4th of July, and I went to Fremont Street, which is the downtown area, not the strip, the downtown area. And there was just nothing but it had to be thousands of people there, and I was worried. And luckily, I didn't contract it, and but I did have my mask on and stuff like that. But yeah, it was tons of people, and I was like, okay, I don't think I can do anything like that again. So it kind of like you have to pick and choose your battles too,
Well, the other thing for all the Black people on this show is that it does hit Black and brown people worse. And
Yeah.
in the beginning, it was horrible, the amount of deaths we were seeing from hospital workers, from bus drivers, from all the things that people did not consider essential, but actually all these people were keeping the country going, the bus workers, the shop workers, and there was such inequity in terms of the amount of Black people we have versus the amount of the high numbers of Black and brown people dying first in the pandemic.
Right.
So I do encourage people to be really cautious and to wear their masks and to get their hand sanitizer and to act like it is the worst thing. And it does hit us worse, because then when we go into hospitals, we're also underrepresented, and we have to, we can't advocate for ourselves when we're in a critical state, right?
And they think we don't feel pain.
Yeah, so let's just avoid getting to that point by keeping safe is my wish for everybody on this call.
Right, definitely. And I want to clarify too. I'm not saying that I'm not going to, for people watching the replay, I'm not saying that I'm not going to take it. It's just that I want to just see how it goes first, for the first go. Because we can't, in the United States, like me and Dev, because of our age group, we can't take it until after May. So we're not even up for it right now. So we still have time to see how it play out, see what happens and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not saying that I'm not.
But I think it's amazing, considering where you were last November, to get to this place where you're talking about getting it in May. It's just like, I've been watching what's been going on in America and been really scared for you guys. So that you've got an administration that is finally catching up with the reality of a pandemic is a great thing. and then the choice is yours anyway, right? But the most
Right.
important thing is wash your hands, wear a mask, you know, don't go too close to people because listen, I've been getting deliveries, and for a time I thought I had COVID because you get into a state where you forget it's going on. So I'd get deliveries and start chit chatting to the delivery guy and just like, oh my God, I haven't got mask on. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like you forget, you know?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just take care.
Yeah, and then for you, Dev, like, is there anything where you felt like you might have had a I know you talked about when you were drinking too much, but do you know anybody that was affected by it, or any friends or family or anything like that?
Yeah, a couple, a couple. My ex was one. She said that
Mm.
she felt horrible because of it. I know another
Mm.
young lady. She said she had, but she didn't have any symptoms or anything. She felt fine. So it was just I don't know, man. I couldn't even tell you how to feel about it. That's why I'm just waiting to see how everything goes. That's why my mom's is the experiment. I think somebody asked me why my mom she got to be the experiment since she already gone. Well,
Right, she just gotta be the experiment. But in a serious note, and to wrap up, I did want to say, um, and I didn't get the worldwide number. I just know the number in the U.S., but it's 534,000 people that have died from COVID. Like I said, this show is dedicated to those that we have lost, because whether you think it's real or fake, it is real, and there are people that have passed away from this. So I definitely wanted to dedicate the show to those people because I feel that this is a situation, and I can't say that it could have prevented all those, but I think a lot of stuff that we were told in the beginning was so confusing, so mixed up, and I definitely understand why. But at the same time, we have to remember those people that we did lose, because those people did not deserve to die. You know.
Absolutely.
well,
Yeah.
see, I got a question about that. Especially, I mean, we could talk about it at a different time, but especially with people who have organ donor on their license, I want to know how many of them actually got treated when they had COVID in the hospital. Did they get the
Ooh.
best, the best care that they could have?
Well,
Ooh.
I don't know if they would want your organs if you had it, just in case, like, it can transfer over to somebody.
You're right. You're right. But I'm just saying, maybe they said somebody died of Rona, and then it was just like of something else, and then they just
Oh,
take
and
it.
then they got the. Oh, we
Yeah.
gonna go down a rabbit hole. Let me go ahead. We'll talk about that offline. But
No,
London girl.
I want to just say in terms of the Rona. So with these new mutants, like before, they were saying that children were just asymptomatic, so they were the super spreaders. They'd carry it, the
Mm,
grandparents pick them up, and the grandparents would get it. Now, my friend, because schools went back on the 8th of March in London, and my friend has a child who's maybe 4, and 2 of the children in the class have the virus. And so it's this new mutation where it's actually affecting them. So just please be careful. The way that viruses mutate is quite scary.
right. Be careful. And then I just want to say, wear your mask. The most important thing. Dev, is there any last words you want to tell the people?
No, I love y'all.
Oh, and make sure you guys check out the dating game show. I'm still looking for contestants. I do have enough for one show, but I need enough for multiple shows. I need to be able to do more than just one show. So I
Yeah,
wanted to
and
let
I'm
you
going to big up Dev because he's a smooth operator. Don't need to ask, he's a smooth operator.
And remember, you guys have to fill out the questionnaire. When you email me, I do send that over to you. Remember, email AT2 Entertainment Booking at gmail.com. Again, AT2 Entertainment Booking at gmail.com. Thank you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you, Black London Chocolate. This is my first time seeing you, or you switched up your name, maybe. But thank you for joining the show as well. Make sure you guys stay safe. Um, Try to stay as healthy as possible, take a walk. Also, take a run. Take a walk or a run. Make sure you protect your mental and keep good energy around you as always. Thank you so much, Dev, for coming on the show. I appreciate you every time you come on. And then also, London Girl, I love you as well. Thank you for giving us your positivity and your insight on everything as well, too. All right, deuces, y'all.
Hey everybody, it's your boy AT2 here. My hands are a little ashy, but don't mind that. Anyway, y'all know we hear about the dating game. Y'all want to know what's going on, AT2, what's going on? Well, I need more people to participate in the game. But hold up, I got a bachelor here going to be a part of the show. Y'all all know who he is, So Much Dev. Make sure you guys go ahead and check him out.
Hi, I'm So Much Dev. I enjoy long walks on the beach, late night codas, and road trips. I'm looking for somebody who enjoys life, has a great sense of humor, a bubbly personality, and that just likes to try new things. I hope I can see you soon.
Let us know if you want to be a contestant on the show to win his love and affection. Alright y'all, don't forget, hit me up at at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. Again, that's at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. See you soon.